Well, hello there guys, this is Chris at MyFactoryModels. This is video 3 of the Tamiya 1/48 scale restoration project. In other words, it's a kit that was found at a jumble sale, and this is the stage we have reached. Finally, as you can see, she's now taken the shape of a mosquito in all its glory. A far from finished mosquito, but one nonetheless. We have ran into a few problems. Incidentally, when we're on this, you can see why the mosquito was such a sort of stable and incredible flying machine for its day with that wing root. I didn't realise actually how wide that wing root is there, that width, until I'd actually built this. On the smaller model I made, you don't really notice these things. It's like anything, the more you look, the more you learn. But so anyway, basically the aircraft's all been assembled. The model's assembled now. The whole pilot's compartment is now fitted in. That was the trickiest part of the build for me so far. Anyone who's not made one of these kits, or who's a sort of intermediate modeler, that's the hardest part of this whole kit. Once the Aircrew's compartment is built and put aside, then the rest of it is pretty straightforward. It's pretty much plain sailing, which brings us to the standard of Tamiya kits, because yeah, I know loads of people wax lyrical about this particular 1/48 scale model, this particular mosquito, how brilliant it is and everything, and I can imagine it is in the right hands. But if you consider this was like a jumble sale cock-up, you know, I just want to really mess this thing up. The fact that it actually goes together, you know, slots in place so smoothly, just shows how good these kits really are. Yeah, it's got areas of filler, but in the fitting, that's all down to me though. That's my shortcomings in this construction. The reason for that was initially I'd wanted to have the bomb doors down, but then of course I realised I'm having this model in flight mode. I'm building this in flight mode, so it kind of looked a bit odd having the bomb doors open. So I've now closed them again, but the problem was I had to cut the as it says in the instructions, if you're having the bomb doors open, you have to cut them open, separate the pieces so they fit at each side. So consequently, when I re-glued them back in and fitted them back in, they didn't fit properly. So I've had to fill slightly there, if you can see, to fill it a little bit there. But that's about it really, and a few areas along the fuselage, very minute though, very minute. Like I say, on top here. But that really is just a minor quibble. The gaps on the wings here are only due to the fact that I'm not going to glue these wings on due to storage reasons. I'm going to build and paint the aircraft, and then I'm taking the wings off for storage. Anyone who's built this model will know that it's got some little recesses in each wing there, some little squares, you can see them, which are for buttons that you actually press in that, and that locks the wings into place. Sorry. So they're actually wing locks, and they fit perfectly. You know, another testament to how well these kits are moulded. But so what we've done then, on top of the black primer, basically on top of the black primer, I brushed a very light coat of sea grey. It's a pretty dark sea grey, acrylic sea grey over that. Then what I'm going to do is I'll probably put another thin layer of that over. Then I'm going to sand it down, rub it down, because I've got some rough areas on the wing edges here. One side anyway. There's a few rough edges along here that definitely need to be addressed. And that was all. That was quickly painted on with this size 12 flat brush here. I wouldn't recommend anything smaller. You know, it was a nice brush just to get these primed layers on. So that's like I say, it's a size flat 12, which you don't want anything smaller. Apart from the detailed areas, obviously you use a smaller brush. But so then what I'll do, once I've got another layer of, and I do stress thin layer of dark sea grey, because I don't want to fill in the little details that are present on this. You know, as it was the Timber Terror, there's no